Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, glad you're joining us. Today, I've got 3 real-life horror stories that'll make your heart race, straight from everyday folks like you and me. No ghosts, no monsters, just pure, raw, creepy stuff that actually happened. We're talking an hour of tension from 3 totally different vibes. A lonely house in Texas, a late-night walk in Philly, and a sketchy diner in Nevada. These are the kind of tales that stick with you because they're so damn real. So, grab a drink, settle in, and stick around till the end. The twists are going to mess with your head. Let's get started. Hey, I'm Emily Torres, 29, just a regular elementary school teacher living in Round Rock, Texas. I'm the quiet type, love grading papers with a glass of wine, binging Stranger Things, that kind of thing. I moved into this little ranch-style house last summer, right on the edge of a sleepy neighborhood. It's chill, man. Kids riding bikes, old guys mowing lawns, the usual. Next door was this empty house, though, for sale forever, windows dark, grass overgrown. I didn't think much of it till one night in October, when I saw lights flickering over there. Figured someone finally bought it, but dude, that's when things got weird. It was a Friday, around 9 p.m. I just finished lesson plans, cracked open a Bud Light, and was chilling on my couch. Outside, it was cool, that crisp fall vibe with crickets chirping. I glanced out my kitchen window while grabbing a snack, and there was a faint yellow glow from the house next door, like someone turned on a lamp in the living room. Cool, new neighbors, I thought, shrugging it off. But then it hit me. No car in the driveway, no moving truck, nada. Just lights. Over the next few nights, I kept an eye out. That glow came on every evening, same time, same window, always around 9, then off by midnight. I'd peek through my blinds, sipping coffee, try to spot someone. Nothing, no shadows, no movement, just that steady light cutting through the dark. It started bugging me, you know? Like, who's over there with no sign of life? One night, I heard something, a faint thud like a door closing, coming from that direction. I told myself it was the wind, but my gut was all, nah, something's off. By the next week, I was obsessed. I'd sit by the window, lights off, watching. The thudding got regular. Every night, tinnish, soft but clear, like someone pacing in there. I even grabbed binoculars for my camping gear, zoomed in on the windows. Still nothing, just that glow. My buddy Mike came over one day, and I told him about it over pizza. He laughed, said, "Maybe it's squatters, Em. Call the cops if it's sketchy." I brushed it off. Didn't want to overreact, but the noises kept coming, and I started feeling watched, like eyes on me from that empty place. One evening, I saw something new. The light moved. Not just on, but shifting, like someone carried a lamp upstairs. My heart kicked up, and I grabbed my phone, thinking I'd record for proof. The thudding started right then, louder, more deliberate, like boots on hardwood. I whispered to myself, "Okay, this is real," and dialed Mike, asking him to swing by. He didn't pick up, probably asleep, so I was on my own, staring at that damn house. That night, I couldn't take it anymore. It was pouring rain, wind howling, around 11 p.m. The light was upstairs again, and the thudding was constant, bam, 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 like someone stomping. I threw on a hoodie, grabbed a flashlight and my old softball bat, and marched outside. "Screw this," I muttered, splashing through puddles to the fence line. The rain soaked me instantly, but I didn't care. I needed answers. I shone the flashlight through their back window, beam cutting through the dark. That's when I saw him, a guy tall, in a dirty jacket, standing in the kitchen. Not moving, just staring out at me, face half lit by my light. My stomach dropped. He wasn't supposed to be there, right? No one lived there. I yelled, "Hey, who are you?" Over the rain, but he didn't flinch. Then he turned, slow, and walked out of sight. The thudding stopped, and the light upstairs flicked off. I bolted back to my house, locked every door, heart pounding like crazy, and called 911, stammering about a break-in next door. Cops showed up 20 minutes later, searched the place, empty. No guy, no lamp, no signs anyone been there. They told me it was probably a vagrant, but the locks were intact, windows shut tight. I stood there, dripping wet, feeling like an idiot, but I knew what I saw. The next day, I talked to my realtor friend, Jen, about the house. She dug into it and called me back, voice shaky. Turns out, The last owner, some dude named Greg, disappeared 2 years ago. Left everything behind. Clothes, car, even food in the fridge. No one knew where he went, case still open. Jen said something else that floored me. Neighbors reported lights and noises back then too, right before he vanished. When I got home that night, I found a muddy boot print on my porch, fresh, not mine, right by my door. I don't look out that window anymore. The lights still come on some nights, same time, same pattern, but I keep my blinds shut and music loud. Cops say it's probably kids messing around, but I'm not buying it. That print wasn't there before. I've been thinking about moving, but part of me wonders if whoever's next door knows I saw him. Last week, I heard the thudding again. Only this time, it was closer, like it was on my side of the fence. Man, Emily's neighbor situation is straight up unsettling, right? That boot print twist still gives me the creeps. But if you think a quiet house is bad, wait till you hear what happened to Nate on a Philly street at night. This next one's gonna crank the tension up a notch. Let's go. Yo, I'm Nate Sullivan, 23, just a barista slinging lattes at a coffee shop in South Philly. I'm laid back, dude. Live for late night gaming and cheesesteaks. You know the vibe. I've been in this city my whole life, so I'm used to the gritty streets, the loud SEPTA buses, all that. Last March, I was walking home after a closing shift. It's about a mile from the shop to my apartment, no big deal. Usually it's chill, but one night, man, I ran into something that still messes with me. It was a Tuesday, like 11:30 p.m. Streets were quiet, just that damp spring air and the hum of streetlights. I had a long shift, feet aching, apron still smelling like espresso, so I took my usual shortcut through this alley off Passig. It's narrow, lined with brick walls and overflowing dumpsters, but it shaves 10 minutes off the walk. I had my earbuds in, blasting some Post Malone, not really paying attention when I noticed this guy up ahead. He was leaning against the wall, maybe 50 feet away, smoking a cigarette. Tall, skinny, in a beat-up hoodie, hood pulled up. I didn't think much of it. Philly's got its characters, right? I kept walking, nodding at him like sup, but he didn't nod back, just exhaled smoke and stared. His face was shadowed, but I felt his eyes on me, heavy, like he was sizing me up. I turned my music down, that weird gut feeling kicking in. As I got closer, he flicked the cigarette away and stepped into the alley, matching my pace. Not behind me, but parallel on the other side of the street. Okay, weird, but not crazy, I told myself. I sped up a bit, hands in my pockets, glancing over. He sped up too, keeping that same distance, head down but tilted my way. My heart started thumping. Not panic yet, just that something's off vibe. The alley dumped me onto a bigger street, and I thought I'd lose him there, but nope. He crossed over, still shadowing me, maybe 20 feet back now. I pulled my earbuds out, listening hard. His footsteps were loud, heavy sneakers, crunching gravel, and steady, like he wasn't in a rush, but wasn't stopping either. I took a quick turn down another block, testing him. He followed, same pace, same distance. By now, I was sweating, muttering, "Dude, what's your deal?" under my breath. I could see my apartment building a few streets away, lights glowing, but this guy wasn't letting up. I decided to confront him. Dumb, maybe, but I was pissed and freaked. I stopped under a streetlight, turned, and yelled, "Hey man, you got a problem?" He stopped too, right at the edge of the light, maybe 15 feet away. Hood still up, hands in his pockets, just standing there. I could see his breath in the cold air, slow and even, but his face, nothing, just shadow. I took a step toward him, phone in hand, ready to call someone if it got ugly. "You following me or what?" I snapped. He didn't answer, just tilted his head, then pulled something from his pocket. A knife, small but gleaming under the light. My stomach flipped, adrenaline spiking. I yelled, "Whoa, back off," and bolted, sprinting toward my building. I heard him move, fast footsteps pounding now, and I didn't look back, just ran like hell, keys jangling in my hand. I made it to my door, fumbled the lock open, and slammed it shut, chest heaving. I peeked through the peephole. Nothing, street empty, like he'd vanished. I called my roommate, Jay, who was still at work, told him what happened. He said to chill, probably just some creep, but I couldn't shake it. Next morning, I found a cigarette, but outside my door, same brand I'd seen the guy smoking, still damp from the night. I hadn't told Jay about the cigarette, so how'd it get there? Later, I checked the shop's security cam. It caught me leaving, and in the background, that same hoodie guy standing across the street, watching me clock out. I don't take that alley anymore. Stick to main roads, even if it's longer. Haven't seen him since, but I keep my eyes peeled walking home. Jay thinks I'm paranoid, says it was a one-off, but that cigarette bugs me. Too close, too personal. Sometimes I hear footsteps behind me, late at night, and I wonder if he's still out there, waiting to finish whatever he started. All right, Nate's alley run-in is the stuff of nightmares, huh? That cigarette twist is way too close for comfort. But if you thought a city street was sketchy, wait till you hear what went down with Chris and Nevada Diner. This one's next-level creepy. Let's dive in. Hey, I'm Chris Bowman, 41, a long-haul trucker based out of Reno, Nevada. I'm a no-nonsense guy. Love my pickup, my dog, and a cold beer after a run. Been driving cross-country for 15 years, seen all kinds of dives and diners. Last July, I was hauling freight from Vegas to Salt Lake. Stopped at this little joint off I-80 called Dusty's Diner. You know, one of those neon-lit spots with chipped Formica tables and coffee that tastes like tar. It was a pit stop, nothing special, till something happened that still keeps me up some nights. It was around 2 a.m., dead quiet except for the hum of my rig parked out front. Sky was clear, stars everywhere, that desert chill settling in. I've been driving 10 hours straight, eyes burning, so I pulled in for a burger and some caffeine. Place was near empty, just me, a tired waitress wiping counters, and this one guy at a corner table, nursing a coffee. I nodded at him, sat a few booths away, and ordered my food, figuring I'd be in and out. The guy in the corner was off from the jump. Mid-30s maybe, scruffy beard, wearing a faded flannel and a trucker hat pulled low. He didn't look up when I came in, just stared at his mug, fingers tapping the table, slow, rhythmic like a metronome. I ignored him, scrolling my phone, waiting for my burger. But every few minutes, I catch him glancing my way. Quick, sharp, then back to his coffee. Made my neck prickle, you know? The waitress brought my food, and I dug in, but the tapping got louder. Tap, 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 insistent now. I shot him a look, thinking, dude, chill. But he didn't stop, just kept staring at that mug like it owed him money. The diner's fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting weird shadows, and I started hearing his breathing, heavy, uneven, like he was worked up about something. I muttered to myself, whatever, man, not my problem, and focused on my fries. Then he spoke, low, rough, barely audible over the hum of the AC. You shouldn't be here. I froze, ketchup packet in hand, and glanced over. He was looking right at me now, eyes bloodshot, unblinking. I laughed, awkward, and said, yeah, well, neither should you at 2 a.m., right? He didn't smile, just tapped harder, knuckles white against the table. I tried to shake it off, finished my burger quick, ready to bounce. But as I stood, he slid out of his booth and walked over, slow, deliberate, stopping a few feet from me. Up close, he reeked, sweat, cigarettes, something sour. You're in my spot, he said, voice flat, pointing at my booth. I blinked like what? The place was empty, 20 other tables free. I said, man, there's plenty of seats. Take it easy. He didn't budge, just stepped closer, close enough I could see sweat beading on his forehead. I sit there every night, he growled, hands flexing at his sides. My pulse spiked, this dude was unhinged. I grabbed my keys, tossed a 20 on the table, and headed for the door, saying, all yours, buddy. But as I passed, he lunged, grabbed my arm, grip like iron, and hissed, you don't get it. I yanked free, adrenaline pumping, and booked it to my truck, hearing him shout something behind me. Words I couldn't make out. I peeled out of there, tires kicking gravel, and didn't look back till I was miles down I-80. Shaking, I called my wife, told her about the nut job. She laughed, said I'd dodged a drunk, but it didn't sit right. A week later, I stopped at Dusty's again. Couldn't help it, needed to know. The waitress remembered me, went pale when I asked about the guy. She said he's a regular, sits in that booth every night, same time, same coffee, muttering about his spot. Thing is, a trucker got stabbed there 5 years back, right in that booth, over a stupid argument. Guy who did it, never caught, just disappeared. I avoid Dusty's now. Too many diners on I-80 to risk it. My wife thinks I'm overreacting, but I can still feel that grip on my arm, See those bloodshot eyes. Last month, I found a crumpled napkin in my truck's glove box. Not mine, stained with coffee, scribbled with my spot in jagged letters. I don't know how it got there, but I ain't stopping to find out. Wow. We made it through all three. Emily's creepy neighbor, Nate's alley stalker, and Chris's diner psycho. These real-life scares hit different, right? No ghosts, just people being straight-up terrifying. That napkin twist with Chris still gets me, man. Which one freaked you out the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you got a true creepy story of your own, send it my way. Might read it next time. Hit that like if you're still shook, subscribe, and ring the bell for more real horror. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and maybe double check who's around you tonight.